Stop that bandana from Ghana talk. Stop that bandana from Ghana talk. You need to be clear. How old are you? How old are you? Wale, you know about that talk? Oh. Who knows this respect?
Neama.
This small boy.
Neama.
Hey, you want to about that talk? When is somebody saying what is one word? Don't see that. No, mommy. Yes, I want to fight for this thing. They are putting Ghana artists into telling this thing here. I want to fight for this thing. Who's the disrespect? How old are you? Are you older than me? Are you older than me? Are you older than me?
You see that they watch them?
Baby, yeah, alone in the good. Come disrespect. Like you own. God bless you with the right for people internet. So you know.
God bless you to where they sing.
I know. So respect me.
I don't know. Journalists.
Are you listening? Bro, can you ignore the disrespect? No. Focus on the speech. So let's move on. Let's.
Rules. Blocks and rules. There's a musician, there's a manager, there's a producer, there's a journalist. You see, the problem we have, let's say, some of the artists, and one person very respected, they are presenters, journalists. But a rule, without the journalists and the media, who artists know?
Who made you people come talk about me? Who even give you the audacity to come talk about me?
You were praising the media here.
So I'm praising you TV.
You see?
You think I'm praising you? No.
Debbie, who they make you submission?
I don't see. You need every role player. Biano must respect the other role player.
Okay.
That's how we can foster unity. But you've seen it here. It's important to say every role player that very respected will be role player. And if the functions were in that should be. It is a journalist who must accord the musician respect, must accord the manager respect. The musician too must accord the journalist respect and the radio presenter respect. The only journalist.
Sana was said by Yamamunina Peace 104.3 Mufanchemi. Madano machines next.
You need every role player Biano must respect the other role player.
Okay.
That's how we can foster unity. But you've seen it here. It's important to say every role player that very respected will be role player. And if the functions were in that should be. It is a journalist who must accord the musician respect, must accord the manager respect. The musician too must accord the journalist respect and the radio presenter respect.
The only journalist who graphic and times. Charlie, you can be what I go with, Charlie. Today some people come, they say they graphic. Are you graphic? Are you times? What are you talking about?
We need respect. And then
recently, we say, shut up. Charlie. You know the blessing woman they get. We don't tell you.
You don't get blessing.
Your blessing when they take what you see.
Shut up.
God go do one for you. God do. You don't give you
how come anytime if Empress asks you, say why the thing loaded the speech inside, then you go. If you ask that question, say, oh, why you know add for your speech, say, I add this and this. If you ask that question, then say, you don't get house. I
don't get my should be 2 cities.
Yes.
People they watch you. You should not that they watch you for what way they behave like this.
No. So just explain.
Don't you want to make money? You don't have to. No, you have to make money. I am doing business. I know. He don't have
So they talk plenty like that.
Show your house when I saw my house. You have to blog it.
I know they blog. Why are you disturbing with blogging? I know
blog. Stop that thing. You put the MP mama. Stop that.
No, you are a legend.
I be street. I tell you.
You are street.
You only catch me a street. No. You are not street.
Now, young to events. Shatter Eka once.
Maybe Casano will be no way.
It's answer never call to events, you know. Yem chief from the Ecoso idea, Ecoso United Showbiz that memory that Anajo Abra Shatawali eba show no so say or Barber responded to and no maybe I so the week before no and no a home common amuti no. Na abusia de ani kaseme wo nu say asemi say show ni wie no hon common doso industry for bebre obia kanede obia ka be tu ni sre no bi zu tu ni basa obia ka ba bia eye ne de na ena wie ye be hwe say ye betimi adi hon komo kakra wo entertainment review so na nyame adom minia bema obi nete ababe kan ho a I was say enumere ene awie ene ni di nkomo na minuaba tili akua nipa minhia da ene me first time oba pa boko de
nyame adom na wo so
okay wow nice one. I don't see you before.
Oh that, okay me too. This is my first time actually seeing you in person
so
yeah. One draw.
Yes, when you deal. I say fire. You the fire, but that's okay. Yeah. And now, Minia Bema Obinetti, the stubborn pastor. Bro, how you doing?
I do not know him also your officer.
Bra, Jadio channel.
There's no SM should make us also your stubborn pastor.
Me number no day, Yankupon him na I marry chip no. My chip no friend ma jam na me.
Why come watch
Me that's it bra. Akwaba ma akwaba. Wait quickly we mama starting through so.
Good.
Me that o share program.
Say mo menya calls bebre. Me to ana we have friend me. Dia bibi course wo UTV me here. Enti me mamodi akọhwe but answer na make asa no. Ola mamema tiofo nyina good afternoon ni wo ma omutie me. Na me find check as koma Dina Entry Hamilton. Ya me adma hwe nim say Vodafone Ghana Music Awards no be for artist of the year.
Tom Fono no.
Enti Dina e bit me edin kunim.
Tom Fono.
Ma me ko issue no so la.
Tom Fono no. Yeti.
Let me first of all appreciate platform na show no course was no. I think say by far over entertainment industry ni ma upe show pa a trendy a Ghana for nyina he showbiz
United
showbiz our UTV now share the kind of audience mileage ne personalities are first show the muna said the show is a big show now they be make say anyone who gets an opportunity to sit on that show no why a hit
one time
me say why a hit
one time
because show no so empenyufo hwe ekuku da me hwe eskafo hwe because the show is a beautiful show
and omo dan so hwe
omo shoot 250 pesos
yes so hwe 142 pesos yes
it tells you the magnitude and the power of that medium.
Yeah.
Mame enchia for Adexem, minimum so no executive producer.
Yeah.
Na me man who say na show ni see conwo. I think say the host no. Say mutimi orienting ye.
O kan say na o che say.
Host no. Host of the show no.
Nana McBrown.
Nana Ama McBrown.
Yeah.
I think that she needs to get some orientation on how to moderate a show. Yes. Because for me, the show was moderated poorly. Poorly. She could not control the guest. She could not control. Everything was abysmal. When to me, she didn't have a grip on the show. And it made the show look as if, say, it was a staged or it was Bibia. Now, yashiche. That is one of my takes on that show.
No, but in the situation, no, say Ushe to say the what could she have done? Then I know so one year we say every when say can say everything. Let's say everything was
yeah. The whole you see you see, unfortunately, you see, I got people sending messages. Obi, I think this thing is staged. Because of the way she could not control her guest.
Okay.
And that for me is a minus.
Okay.
You are the moderator of the show. You should have control of your guest. So guest baby now. Control the guest. Is that the first time I interview Shatawale?
David, that should be the second.
Is Shatawale bigger than the platform? Is Shatta bigger than the platform?
But Obi, you say or control no, Anna.
Oh, I don't know your program now.
Me say,
Sana obe control Shatta.
Tinanka, Obe Henanka, so Shatta, I walk out of the studio.
No, would you have controlled him in that way? He's a guest on your show, and like I said, the show is a big show.
Okay.
And not just entertainers, nation show no. There are other dignitaries in Penyufo show no because of the magnitude of the platform. And so anybody who is moderating the show must do that to a certain level. Because no, this show has been organized well. And for me, I think that either she was overwhelmed by the Shatta personality, or said the first time Shatta so Shatta so I just felt that she lost grip on the show, and that was the first problem that caused all the brouhaha I was showing the show. And to realize I not clear beside say Aden or no be kasa one man kwai man kasa because as if say Shatta kasa pene say obia yedi nobody should talk, they should just listen to him. That is not the work of the host. You are the host. The show belongs to you at that particular point in time on set. Control your guests.
But yensua de na won wa woti enso no bia obi nso epeso osua de she said the me person me sua free way. It's you have all guests will behave to say Shatta. DN na host also ye said there be abenya some sort of decorum on the set.
I think sir before Obe background you have to have a conversation with him.
Okay.
Any guest Obeko show be so no, you need to be oriented. And say catch what the show is about. Meaning say a structured interviewer, a structured that you are giving questionnaires.
Okay.
A free flower. You come, you discuss certain things. That those areas no that's an unstructured interview. And to win in command unless there are other important conversations you use certain words on the show on national television.
Words like
but tape now
is it the words the guests use
the guests they use no.
Oh, okay.
Shut up, stupid. You don't do that on national television. That is ridiculous. You don't do that.
Also bad.
National television. You see, because that is how
or tear.
But you see, I think that as much as he thrives on controversy, people who also are looking up to him.
Okay.
And so maybe waha, and so to be in moderation, and so to be consider. What did I make an say?
Yeah.
So you don't sit there and then make the show look as if say nobody's. You are the only somebody on the show. And for me, that was a minus. And I put that on the host. Say, when Timian control the panel, either it was a structured interview or an unstructured interview, you need to control your host. Or can be as a woman who said the show doesn't permit it. And that is why I started by saying the show is a big show. And to be Ola and another artist but no but disrespected. I feel that the brand United Showbiz on that day was disrespected
by
the guest.
Okay. No, we no more for
you had to go for commercial break for almost 20 minutes. And viewers were watching. For 20 minutes, the show was on break. And Obia, they assure you they were resolving the issue between Arnold and Shatta. But that was wrong.
Okay.
Number two, quickly.
All right.
Maka insults were uncalled for. Now, also, I think that sometimes Arnold should understand what the industry requests for. As much as pundit and now critic and now obia what you do is that you give objective constructive
analysis of issues and criticism.
Absolutely. You should also be mindful of the characters that you talk about, because obia and limiter will be to take some of these things. I believe so we are building a brand for 10 consistent years, being relevant in the industry, and you come and say nipa inconsistent,
and confused and inconsistent.
Or confused and inconsistent. If I'm a brand manager or that is my brand, I don't think I'll be happy with you.
Okay, that I think say no na bebreno and I saying that's you funny being so touchy on.
But yes, I'll get there.
The confusion and the inconsistency.
Yes, but you see, the question is that we did not get the reason why he's been inconsistent or he's confused. Is it because of press release not the buy and I say the brand itself is confused and inconsistent?
Okay, let me come in here.
Come in.
Because the week before, I was on the show.
Yes.
So now discuss do you call it press conference or
the press release not by
yes. So and not that's where the inconsistency and the confusion started from. Say on my listening of a normal waka went to me anye.
Good.
Now obia obeka say ene me kwa koda obeso rebeba no or say me nyanda me kwa kosobi me ko jamina. He gave examples or reasons why Uhunu said no, on your consistent, or can we are not akoye we or can we now akoye we. But I think that most people lost it because the year and last weekend no.
So it was a build up.
A build up.
Good.
But they were not picking from just this weekend there to want to analyze it. I think that's where.
So like I'm saying, sir. So that is a bad PR on even the person who was talking on the issue, because Sir Woodham said this was the issue. Before you proceed with the substantive conversation, and so ultimately church mu say ade we efri ha and ebesi ha and abedu ha. Well, that's my say.
Yeah.
And so ultimately be asem say last week when they see here would way by 1, 2, 3. But you see, I believe said these people no, we have given them a lot of power by our views, no followership, no healing them no. A clear example, let me chip this one. I mean, digress kakra.
Now, we are near about the substantive issue raised by Arnold about respect for journalists and then.
Didn't you know my listening now?
Hey, I know why you know.
Yeah, my papa. On the issue of the giving them that kind of hype, no.
Okay.
I think say Yanshin you will chroma. That's be artist be best sorry. No a bo presenter be and I know a bo pandit be assume keke. Free. Because ya more we've hailed them. Ya more feel say or untouchable. You can't talk about them. And I didn't build it up. Build it up. And to say now about criticizing no. Oh criticizing now. On tum. Because one man I look bigger than the industry. And now way on one industry way on the Ghana music on no page me pacho. If you keep putting these conversations into somebody's head, what do you expect the person to do? Ola person di party day. Okay bibia won't tie. Na say me si wo cry bia se ma me fantwam. Ma me bia no wa ma me say ola ankwara no ko bibi ba no agi omo kwakonta ko kromba no agi omo ko bibia no agi omo adami na kwara no ko bibia na esombo a chese sie ne ko fiase ana osu ani obekra ne ma me nto obeke bibia kire ne ma me ana osu ma me mfa na sombra ne ma me de na so ba na o ka ne ma me aso o ka ne ma me aso
are we vampire
obisa so pa kire ne ma me say oye bibia no won kan nti baby na wie ye no and that is how Ghanaians are entertainment for no you do. We are supposed to give respect to each other. I agree with Arnold's point very well, because when book presenter or no should not consonate or no should promote one way or the other. Blogger no on one man become one sem. So if you don't give them the necessary respect, how do you expect the industry to grow? And I think the industry will strive on mutual respect. Say artists, uber respective blogger, uber respective presenter, uber respective producer, uber respective writer, reporter. Everybody must be accorded the necessary respect in the various areas of endeavors. And so be a man who respect. And that one, I applaud Arnold for it. But like I'm saying, sir, when you are given criticisms, and now can be one man, me patron, let the public understand and let it be objective. And yes, say, be obi ntimi nka shata wasem nti na me so me ko ka shata wasem that doesn't make sense. Because there are other important things about the industry they're supposed to be talking about.
Was that an impression of Wunyaye?
That is it. On the set, as Obi and Timmy Kwasem, Timmy Namekwasem, and the guy was Avenashata beside and said, "Are you older than me?" and all these things. So it was as if it was a battle of personalities.
Oh, okay.
But not even the substantive issue. Now I say, comedy won't come on, and that is why I say the host failed.
So let me not fail by also making you also rest. Now tell him now what I say, Mesusuma. Tilly, yeah, also share a program now.
Sir, remember share later. Miss Winya calls. Have you watched? What share? Say, but now you're home in your TV. Not shut your TV so.
It's more a experience concert. Na more share.
Na bi na me hwe ba na bloggers bi o me nchen a omo church omo friend me say me hwe ade a shata like I want for almost a bunya course eti no any almost omo friend me say me beti the shata course so the shata ni ade eti no etre I think on Sunday ewia na me hwe the full thing omo Facebook page.
Omo Facebook page.
UTV Facebook.
And UTV is on our car Timinka Facebook. United Showbiz.
United Showbiz Facebook page.
Facebook page. Ona that you share it will share no. Dear now.
In come away so tre by wa. Emu so ankasa but mama start o baby are now all kase Nana Mama Brown entimi handle show no. I think say e ho no me ne nya adwen kra because the United Showbiz show now I share every Saturday no. It was built around the personality Nana Mama Brown.
Sana wuhuno.
Yes, and it wasn't built because she knows the industry so much to hold conversations, but because her personality and the way she handles the show. Ghana Phone, I think said the producers of the show, they did amazing by creating such a show. Omunim said we are not interested in heavy industry conversation. Nippon ope heavy industry conversation now. Onimi bia wakotie onim se oso otie akwesi aboaje ola same flex onim channels nya open industry conversation na abeku santana de ma. But we have had days abeku santana abetinemu you see the response which means say they are not looking for a solid industry conversation, they just want that thing okay abesma so baby on kasa o me hu say eh so ne
abesma na mo use ne de many nje ho
basa bibia keke
obi debi abesma de what can I say nyakra
it is telling you from
to
point it is telling you
no
it is telling you my description of the program
don't build my point on me
any point man
the point
she's borrowing your word
you see she said that is what Ghana of warfare I think sana Ghana of warfare one can
okay
sana one can
yes mami control no make us
I'm saying say Ghana for be pay attention at that show. It's actually more of a lifestyle show with Arnold holding the entertainment parts down.
Okay.
So where's the show niya? Until Ghanaians know say if it's industry conversation, proper industry conversation, kasa about Gamro, kasa about this, no, that is not the show. But then it is a platform made to entertain the people.
Yeah, Gamro issues all down.
In America, no. And who did most of the conversation? It was the guests they bring. The kind of questioning and Nama background at the bano. It's not Obia like in the conversation now. A question that she will ask. No, she asks is that it is broken down to the lowest form for your viewers that your person show. What you say? Because Obi Waha Otie Ola Michael Otie Same Flex Otie your friend is say the level of conversation then it is not the same here. Until anybody that is going in, I mean, we can't sit here and say who is how they be AC was show ni so that funny face anyway when then AC wo ho break how many hours
sit down you sit down
what you say
action let's go.
That is the show is built around her. No you see no that is the show. That is the show. People know what they are going in for. The show has been on for a very long time. So nobody can say I don't know what to expect when I'm watching Anna McGraw show. It is not possible. And that is how the show is. Me, I feel say a lifestyle show be and Arnold brings the entertainment part. Ultimately, who gospel it was a full performance night with Arnold giving us the bit of entertainment, the conversation about Gamro Muko Jessica was sorry and the show no. we know what we go in for, and it is built for that way. So we as entertainment critics, shouldn't sit here and we don't know Nana McBrown as one of the biggest hosts that has been through the. She is an actress that has been put on TV, and I think that is what she is doing. No. I'm just saying that we know what we're going for. So don't let us say she didn't handle it well. We know what we're going for with that show. That is it. Now let's talk about the issue at hand, which is the Shatta Wale issue and Arnold conversation. Or say the respect. I think calling for respect, it is a good call. I mean, say respect in Nimwa. Obi Ejuma will be downplayed all the time. And now Obi so person Ejuma you better downplay Ejuma because it doesn't motivate the person to do more. It's a no de and not say Shatta Wale and show respect and I say he doesn't want to respect people. I feel the measure Shatta Wale, the brand Shatta Wale. The brand Shatta Wale measure or demand Crawford.
Adena, I feel the measure, the brand Shatta Wale.
Now, person me no me show ne can just that person me can tree proper until me hear say na me can tree.
So no wo de tili.
Ai ekua nipa.
Ekua wo say ekua sa ka.
Ai me ekua tell say me to me bo.
Kwaku ni ekua for the ye insura asem kasa. Na me kan wasem a.
The person me can say senya Shatta Wale treat people our industry ne mu no. Me hu say wo man the same measure e ne ya pa.
Thank you.
Or your sound microphone now opehuro ba who na obesu ahyew. Ana ono obeko. Sa na mehu say otie because utie nkrofo a one omakomo industry nim Reggie Rockstone. Etimi kika Reggie Rockstone nim etimi yes akode ye we just because at a certain point in time omone na adwe anko benkrom wa asem kron ho. Enu nti no they deserve 1 hour live video insults. They deserve this, they deserve that. And how are you the same person on a platform na obini wa adwe anko benkroma eya asem kese ma me pehura me nsrohuro
o pehuru de nsrohuro
me pehura me so me se me mu ade a me nsro disrespect because me nim say wo de ma me ametima level up the same way amount but say me be disrespect na me person be disrespect me na me ya something which is there which is what Shatta Wale did. He didn't show Arnold any respect. Now, according to him, all the gimmicks, all the show, any course was because at the end of the day, he wants us to talk about his album, right? And one thing I'll say when is for his album, but on analysis after the event, how many platforms are talking about the album?
Album,
exactly. Right now, we are all talking about the way or mishandle another person on a big platform like that. Send your mishandle no ne kasa and America say no in America no say if the purpose was to do that in order to promote the album nobody is talking about the album now. Nobody is talking about the album now. Everybody is talking about the facts on it and okay. Now my question is that why would somebody or an artist leave his home only for him to come and put up such a show in hopes to promote the album? It means, say, when you look at it critically, the media too is failing on a part. Mama, me explaining. No, if you jump, you know, say me come on patch.
Obi the oba name say okobo tones pa. Okobo fire tones.
No, man, dilute here now. Send me nya time on now. Me.
Akua asema o kan ye chemu yi.
Mama chim.
Also media ni fairly
on some
part. If I nanka me person can you dually more on respect for the entertainment journalists and all.
Oh yeah,
and the respect for the artists.
Yeah, make us know a mutual respect. And no there, so person you more respect. I want so more obi ejuma respect because and na any did hu. And to want me be disrespect me now want expect say me more respect because we a bigger same. It doesn't work that way. Tell there how there me no me another address say respect na we say mutual. We give to the artists give it back to us. And no now part time me kan ya.
We bacho uni bodua ntimenka se kra bodua. Enti wo de kra onsem kakra na me ma ati for asonti se ye nua be ma Kofi Asamoah aba be kan ye ho na oba be boa me adi nkomo e Kofi akwaba ye nua boko de enya kra wan na akwa kire no be men obeti aka kire ban Kofi se abrabon bia okay Saturday now United Showbiz
no correct
ye be di nkomo etinitili wie
Yes, it's a mechanical say media so are failing on certain parts in tia Shatawale Timitna say ultimate disrespect another media person on live TV. Now at the end Wasanka say I did it because I want to promote my album and now I know that this is what to promote my album. Now it means say media no baby are touching. Men can say Kiddy ever dropping the album. Sako de ever dropping the album. Shatawale ever dropping the album. For Kiddy and Sako there we have a definite data ever out. Shatawale we don't have a data ever out, but you know we're campaign. In fact, 2020 no started kind
and their billboards are
and
around
our billboards are opposite way. Now, in certain situations, and I broach baby Nanka, there are so many platforms they are identified for a deep party be omoye. Mame for Kiddy, any example?
Now do you
Kiddy towards his album was a hairstyle twice.
True.
Towards his album, many a year interview. OTS spiritual music now. The name Kiddy na basono. Omudi ni ha say ni ha say the skin color no mudi ya de no. Nina because there is no designated media house that is put value on music content. I mean the West. All certain platforms are which are genius. They are focused on the lyrics of artists. It's the artists be dropping your man or making sure say ninyom na otrono so heavy because a genius platform a bit breaking your down such that oh yeah mistake I be hu. Other people so and the dressing obi or have fashion complex sneakers and think obi to say Kiddy ana Shatawale bet na platform ni say no nempa bo share yeah how it's or they promoting the brand, how they promoting the music, Kiddy the dressing, how he promotes his brand with it. They'll all do that. It's artists
been a Shatawale yeah or they are not the insult
and they na insult
no I wait to say walking or the fashion kakra bem and also one pub with 2 series 50 pesos or we are not any the so fashion is in there
and I make us for an artist like an A-list artist to say I or to think say I have to disrespect a person for the media to talk about my project and there is a problem.
Thank you very much Tilly Kia Nyamisha Bebre which are mama yenkwa homanso yene anod enim komomra sesia he's the hero of the day and I say ebe kan say we hero na I don't know which are anod asama bedu na one Shatawale ewo United Showbiz so this week every weekend we trend this you know ye nini ni komo anod wotimeka ma hai metonka pa se bibia boko de nyame adom and then a mark ye no a friend is saying vetting
yeah
it will kitwa bi about that one no what expectation be saying
for me part of me knows the formality the personal but the performance also account or experience and the expertise so when you kasa and and I know that on top of most of the issues on this and so expectations are high but we in so bad.
Okay now I know power 250 pesos no wow run and shall we
how that okay some check glass
the check glass
exhibition
na what is a shot I am so amount okay nice one
so easy but me say for me
we are enche bebo ama what TV na o fi na ana wo adwuma mu a wuti anu ahwe say wo short wo mu anu waje wade ekolem but Arnold what really happened I ma shatter at a point in time no I say ebufu bae no really una now t setting so dey near tie ni ehwe what really happened
na say we saw what transpired there was a discussion. I mean, that's what the show is for. Topics are very discussed. Your resource person. Sometimes your artists and resource celebrities are more high in the common. So I think Saturday discussion was a follow-up to the previous weekend day because the previous weekend touched on Shatawale address.
Yeah.
And I expressed my opinion just like we always do over the period. And I'm sure essentially when he came to respond to some of the first of all also put priority to the money be your client because in his mind a lot of leadership any commentators know some of the things he got wrong. Yeah, so essentially that's why he came. So, I mean, they say they may not go this way.
Mawuti say onya comfortable with usage of the word confused and inconsistent.
Yeah.
And at a point in time, Okacho say ebeya anka pacho. Ano nka wo pacho asenka we nyina ma wo.
A pacho no not wasn't necessary because of you come back now you now. Panel say me channel was not because of say my say or you're inconsistent and confused. No. He said oba set so cry no na me da commodio no I say me panicho. And I felt that there's absolutely no way that I owe them an apology. Yeah. So no.
And now was say
no grounds for me to apologize to him. Okay. Because you see, sir, and after Saturday, we said a lot of industry guys, and so they are wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
My description of him being inconsistent and confused was based on the State of the Nation address. Any
you mean State of the Arts address kind
State of the industry address.
Yeah.
And in the previous actions, the sayings, and the dealings. And see, anybody be who know seminar from the beginning who knows it. I didn't say it out of dictionary. I backed it with evidence. So for example, Shatawale Aka, a lot of times over the period, and media have no arm one from street, one as
and correct.
In the speech, or say media or media now about so for actually supporting his career. The pastor a consistent another income.
Okay, sir.
Exactly. Shatawale as early as February, this very month, together with all those years and what abuse presenters, bloggers, pundits, say they radio and television, so industry related matters now in the address the third part of the address for dedicating my industry issues. It's based on where in the case of a confuser. It's not the perfect description.
Okay.
You understand? So people are misinterpreting why we're building the career 18, how can they confuse? No. That description was based on certain facts. And nobody can dispute these facts or inconsistent and confused. And so
Netino Udasu Jina one there so say still no Papa ni inconsistent or say confused based on a normal wakeka based on normal wakeka in the past why contrary to those things he said.
It's as simple as that. So and confusion also, and we all go through state of confusion at one point in time. Inconsistency. Once you are, if you don't say the same with regard to your actions, your virtues, and your sayings, you are inconsistent. So a description, a characteristics. So well, if anybody thinks that they will get you an insult, especially when I back those claims with facts.
But don't you see, say, ABR, a description about me, not me catch yourself, oh, Arnold. The words you are using, too hard on me, me you're comfortable with it. At a point, would you feel, say, okay, if the words are too hard on me, obey to me, apologizing?
Of course, I think we make blunders here and there. So once, I mean, last week, for example, who can't be about photographers, you apologize to people.
Yeah.
Yes, so if you realize that you've been overly harsh or you've been provocative, and I say once you have come to that realization, apology should not be difficult for you. But I struggle to fathom why anybody would think that my description of it being consistent based on analysis or my description of it being confused based on analysis.
No, I don't think say about who did not but some are of the opinion say the words are too harsh.
No, that's why I did that discussion with you. Say consistency, any inconsistency, no. Hey, it's English. How would you distract somebody who is not straight all the time? Is it not inconsistent?
Is that okay?
Hey, no, you give me another way. And then what can we? The next time, what can we? And then the next time, you are not being consistent. So it is not. How is that? How is that an invective?
Okay. Now, finally, now before the show ended, now say after the show, no, but say or see the way no or the more or less like a publicity for the album by gift of God, you know.
Yeah.
Did you get that feeling? Say the attitude no put you up no a stand for the album no. Did you get that feeling on set?
The fact is, he's been on the PR run since a few years back. Until we check it, anybody or yes, let me not use another word. Anybody there or follow scenario anybody will tell you say, hey, PR strategy. And for me, I always may applaud you for that, because who industry you must have a PR strategy. You must always be part of the conversation. And anything last week, you know, born ambassador, people didn't get it. They born on the team ambassador for having a very good PR strategy. So after State of the Nation, you do come Saturday, you know, you discuss it. Then the next Saturday, after this weekend, Pasal Basso to address later matters on the address. And so from time up, or address until now, it's been discussed.
Yeah. And
now there's a song out of that discussion. So you can actually see that it's a well-planned strategy. I don't blame him for it, because every consummate artist here must have a very good PR strategy. He or she must be part of the conversation. That's key. So I knew, and every keen follower of this industry and keen follower of Shatawale PR, especially in these few weeks, you know, would have tell you that that's a PR move.
Okay. Anod Asamoah Beju, Nyamisha, Meme de Bishia. Why? Nyami can't pa. We have for any Anod and a deal come on. And you mind I make come who say shut and yom for fra wato ama after show United Showbiz program no and a Masugusi. See face, see you, see face, see you, see face, see you. Oh boy, Shatawale, oh boy. I go via Zamwa. Bragovi, I go baby wate. See face, see your face, see your shoe. Kovi, and maybe Dana was set so.
No correct.
Who say Obashina Bapa. Obi net crack can be wa. Or say the Jews Drinkers Association or Numti.
Mini Hansana.
Sano Katuachi.
Phone Snatchers Association.
Kovi, with a 1 month, quickly, I mean, Kakrabia Becano, the patch of DNT and I who said Nipa Minu agitation woman also a pattern which a mukonumti.
Oh, Sebi said, na and yet actually the tour. Na command moody and drinking also a casual. Sebi and Sundays one and yet decoration. And yet decoration.
To 1 minute to be an
Sunday.
And
then we say, and then he tis an ana uminima dry. And the press and the bass and I say, medical craft film, let us say.
But almost Kofia somewhere a bootlegger. Tin one can be now no see Dino. You're not send a bit
no chessing.
Chess what a frame Pabua. Says Hannah open
one type
2 series 50 pesos. Unim de me patch.
Minim the patch also boots liquor and chessing.
Jose
boots liquor.
Yes, man.
Chessing.
Obia de say Obia was respecting us or dinner chin do Becabiano. Kofi, ultimate busam question. Me bisa. I'm for the say omonti acid and why ye dins ano. Is it because he be a only shatter or certain kind of good relationship to person obega the amnetiano and also bootlegger questions no bisa you have to answer.
Maintain.
Okay, and I'm a catcher. It's there's it was a yango NS. Right, Aquaba.
Yeah, I
was for a question and Ababe kind on so why never be Boko now, sir,
Braboko and
Bibiaboko, Oba late quickly on the Saturday issue, not Yanko, other issues, Mr.
Yeah, let me perceive.
me finding out bibi kakra me pese me bisa bibi kakra say Michael since when pa and the word confused any inconsistent a better insult
okay
because ye de buy a daily life ya brabo ye bo and a pack of menimria we a driver ni kra ni du ba bia uduru junction bia o person money be ko person money nimfa in your ability to make decision no so when to me and make you quick turn you are confused at that time
exactly
anameboa
omwa
sanetie ena sebi se wo kasa so na se onsam a wo kan ensisi so ebia ene wo se adwo etuntum ochena wo se adwo san so aye nipa kokko a obia wo brofo kasa obi wo to me say odumi hwe enim kasa wo say asa wo ya inconsistent e wo presentation
ene se me fa bi nkan me betre ma bra kwesi machine me ntre cheda
sa
me ye confused
why you confused
salamat ne boa me
sa
eto baby kwa mu beti feedback pin
ni
ma de kro
sa
enye salank mawu
sa na tie
it's confusion de my
sa pepepe entinu eye minim dia minim dia trigger ebufo no man ba say unless e bia shatter e free fie na nkasa wo ba no based on previous nkomo bia akoso ntino
the week before
na bia na what happen na self say if I go there with this guy talk anything me the yin pa no it go happen e bia na sa no wa he na dwene e wo fie ode ba deda nti me ye sure say nti na e bia no wo hwehwe little provocation bi na che say e bia ode amount attack and as a defense on that on the young man but basically we hear nkomo e di wo studio na nka discussion could have gone on successfully without any drama
any see face
or any drama of a sort because utiache na we program na in fact I had a lot of people who were now more friendly business here e bibi o mo shada e share was it a stage yeah I've had a lot of people calling me program no mo here was it a stage kind of bibi almost stage ya na
omo bisa sa de na woka you know said these ones cannot be staged
I'm kind of so the background that I know yeah and we can so the me I know bisa me I know penny pa bisa me baby I call me committee penny pa de bisa me side I say was it Mr.
say almost stage
yeah who manage director no bisa me so the background that I know no and so nankasa penny or watch no me cheren so show ni ya producer nankasa father this e wo dem obi me sure say father be koto to the level say obe trans yes stage such a drama na ye nkofo na sabe say bio say yes stage no pokra na obi dey about fan say dey see ya say ankoye mpabo 250 pesos and ekoye say hama ye dey bo obi tri na moje hwe enwunu by this time anka no nka ya agroba na ekudin nka ya agobone ana say
no but NS, so, I think that we shouldn't also make it seem as if say it's not possible.
Stance there as if you believe in if you're a creative art person
Stanton is part of your Juma
exactly we are creative art person
it's right for people
yeah Juma you win bebre you who more fake accident you who more fake awo you who more fake ntafu owo there are a lot of things never bebre na creative industry amount for ye obi akọ stage akọ run ho obi my be me go stage na be man no akọrọ na no kra ba ku bi so obi swimming pool or performer no akọkura kotom cream no dem
mekai and we're here debating say a stand
so
you say one share that
so what I say swimming pool de akotom a dem be ye wadom ebia that time no baby okoto no kan ebia na 2 feet and 3 feet but say me kro mu akora nsuo no okoto mu a nka stage ankono be say was stage bone aka by this time aka apata bia win won so na so no so was you ankono be ready a we be pino so basically bra I think say it was needless for me personally. I will not agree you mean tran ka say in as much as me artist manager tino metron mark say obi mfa mranche ne nsem say and bra me bi saw ya setena mo ye woyi mpabo obi hye suit obi atoshe no any watch ya ebo ne say how did that became a factor for discussion on television.
Okay, did that become a factor? I can treat no more.
Ebansana no be ye. Ehweso de etumi de hwe obi abra boka se Kofi ahye shoe ni shoe $10,000. Nti me de ehyem ne $200. Nti no sabi o ma mobra we wiase. Ana me wodan.
Matodan.
Ana matodan nti no. Sabi Dabi. Maybe say me dwene sa na ma no ho a me hu ni say sabi o eduru ba bi a ese say nipa wo bobra du stage bi a ese say hu ba bi onyankopon du fi ba ye na unya humble ayi utuma obra wase because bra nansi ya me ye share ye program ase ye programs here ayi awards programs na dade bra say wo konkrofo no mu bi fie wo krom ha na wo kono ye kire se pani we ni fie na wura ho no ma a wo ti krom ha no ma newspaper obi akra nim se sai ni pa wo krom ha no ma bra me wura fie bi mu aburu krom ha me bi say say America na ewura na na say Ghana krom ya no papa ni jegeto no sre but wo hwe na nika na hye no and a polo t-shirt humble man bra enipa sika nkrofo wagu dem okroma dem no a wono mmoso no me hu so obi aba watch no obegina TV so say me watch $10,000 a me hu say nipa so ehie nipa I'm telling you me hu so obi aba watch me obi de odan etwampo bra woni me dan ya TV Joshua properties wo waje wakwacha asamrado do you know the world TV Joshua wo asabre waje wakwacha asamrado
now do one see no
bra enya sam keto so basically me mpese obi bia sa de no yen kan si obi bia nim se man ma sa de no emeye yastic bia because eno na ama boys ni bebre no abeye hweso de bebre ndede red fundakam because per dia yastic no se utumi to dan ye okrom han ma we are successful we Range Rover we are successful enti onfa hu na adwuma obekwa koya ebe mana kwada Range Rover say ni role model betra TV so ka say me wodan wo East Legon 30 dia na che say ono so kwan bia fa so nya ni sika no eso fa so akwan so let us begin to show proper way to our role models to our celebrities say it is not always about Range Rover and a many players successful it's not about buying a house e wa Trasako and a me obi hunu say sebe mabobra bra and tesa there's something to it more than just ordinary having houses. What I say, ya deja necessary sorry kata nti ankanya saad party ankantade ene sa ne mahuye nyina no bra ya wo ye to eyi kata so bepemende kokko aya no ma ne latoje ye dia bepemende no still ye techere makran yiaye enam aya wi fitita me ye secondary school ya wi sadi no kombi fa so ne ya me no kasa yi ye kombi fa ye ba wi ye techere ma wo yiaye kra so wa wi bida. So let us look at other areas instead of always depend upon what it says nipa ankoton pa about $10,000 and sha onye bia na in the next case no sabi sa no how does it even come into effect when we are discussing creative art issues say when we are talking about creative and real creative art issues industry my industry need to me fan into my perfra and here for them about 250 pesos ebe play emphasis.
Yeah doc, thank you very much.
And here papa akwa bi kra okrom o say for no goat onu kra no na ma aponchi no kita no on shirt and on kono so on ka saying so basically I think say let's begin to put say Shatta is a good artist, we all love him as an artist, but some of these utterances and it's man personally I disagree with him on last Saturday.
On Nelly Afriyo said that was good, that was so childish of Shatta to talk of someone's shoe. Shaking my head. Okay, and then I'm saying we shall for with it. Menyo madrinche Kovia Samoa. Your mic was on anyway. Menyo madrinche wo and bet in a beko so yenia bema aninua panyini Mark Okrekumante. And then we are vetting na odomu na kwasia yinia kwasia waje eko akọ support no Kovia Samoa man started free so Okrekumante ye vetting. I mean your expectations and what you think he will come out of it.
Yeah, well, I think say Mark there yenim say no CCT and oyobia kasa nyeding and fortunately for him, you know, designation na wanya no or well experienced ewo sa a ministry ho intino me hu say obetenete especially knowing him and how long he's been in the industry and usually in the veteran So bibi benya maka just say bias things or questions outside the domains of the industry. But say industry no and the opinions or his strategies and how he's hoping to make things different in our industry. At the end of the day, I'm very confident. Say a tougher sala in the any obeti team kra. And pioneer also say and and I mean from time onya appointment and onya nomination. Say a nomination and I can't go.
Yeah, nominating.
Yeah, nominating. Designate.
No, yeah. Okay, so
Bibi sir.
Onya
sa appointment.
Your body didn't say.
It's been a while. I feel so we need a lot of ample time to prepare for this. You know, and I am also very much certain say before now we're engaging a lot of the stakeholders and you know and so or the collective ideas and or they and we can only wish him well and in him say he will pass through and he will become the deputy minister for creative arts and tourism.
Nice. Tilly, who ye di ache? Mark Vertin and I'm say on the bed the last person. Na I'm say industry for no so bebre na ko dinachi support I started on. Oh, okay. We'll chat 30 minutes. Oh, I would have loved to watch it too, but Tilly, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the fact say industry for cry ekokota ni chino. Say you were a reshemu when you say the oil no betimi aye, and I said your order ba no betimi aye because say asem no ye boni dinner amount for account yes ye peno way ye peno but emre do. Ama yakotane chia then it means say we believe say or be obetimi dia amaye so media I'm just wishing him the best of luck say I mean onko shine na senya ye ka say yin here creative art person somebody who has been in the game to lead us no hopefully no so pass here on share another level to it now who say okay ye die mu na betimi a che de yensu ye hia another obetimi aye de yesu ye pa amaye ntino media it's more of the work after the vetting. Because I'm hoping say we be more of a formality be or fame but omia nina de obetimia answer on answer ni ye no mu who say yes a good day ni mu de oginemu akasa then afterwards no na ye be who say vetting ehu hia ya na say ehu hia ye industry no and ehu hia me
now one for question say Mr. Nibianko.
Oh, that be, but I'm hoping say one more moko bisano at least or more follow industry no well enough to ask the relevant questions because you can't ask something that you are not privy to. And now ultimately bisa mean kwatna agriculture field and bisa question in agriculture when I don't know anything about agriculture. It's a question and I named you muso mo industry no bisa no question bia ebe boa industry no. I'm hoping say on that level no ebe play here because obe who enough nim dia conversation about more of tourism na hono ebi so no anko sign but hopefully I'm praying say be koye no omamma ye dia obetimi aye adwuma na maye.
Okay eti no moma ye enko wia yaso enti ho kakra mra yeti dia koso no kakra be some few minutes bi na ya beto aso a tebuja for ye ko parliament house or na yakwa koti how yenua makokreku mante answer some of the questions ye bisa no mo start here a check akra questions ni bebre na wo yi ano etino ye hwe de aka no na ye mamo so maso TV
generating funds to support the industry.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. In the developed countries, creatives are supported by philanthropists as well as entrepreneurs or investors. And so we must identify some from the private sector who would come and invest into the creative industry, as well as some of the banks that are ready to give support to these industry players. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, etino yinia panyi okreku mantena mote ne voice ni bi no abuja for Sami Shemami, thank you very much. Obi,
yeah, hola.
Ote kakra.
Yeah, me the media to hold that. I think say
yeah.
By far no makokreku manteno share the kind of love industry show now. It tells you that the industry endorses his nomination. So Nkoye Jumana Omanpenyi His Excellency Nanado Dankwe Kufuor Addo as Deputy Minister of Creative Arts and Tourism.
Tourism,
we're
arts
hoping,
and culture.
Yes, we're hoping for the best, knowing that Oba Kasa Mark or fluid when it comes to answering questions. So or articulate or ubisan question when it comes to these sectors. Now, Yakofano, Deputy Minister. Senator Arnold Kine, I think for those of us who understand a little of politics, it looks like a mere formality. Say, by all means, we had the majority endorsement on the committee. And we're just hoping for the best. Or also, an impressive personality of himself. Say, he has the capacity to hold that portfolio. Na enkoye se oba and oko do ani beside me another tutu papa. So I know say Okwekumante is beyond some of these things, and we're hoping and wishing him all the best. Nyame adom na ofemu na we no ba na ehona ejuma no ebe shase, but for the vets, like we've all said, it's a mere formality. Looking at it from the perspective of the political eye. So about majority na 220. Anya Deputy Minister of Creative Arts.
Deputy Minister of Creative Tourism, Arts and Culture. Enes.
Yeah, bro.
Ese na obekasa chat on sasem we.
The thing say I think say who should be or you very close when it comes to industry matters. I think the Mark is one person. The ministry, no tourism ministry, and creative at Enya. Or yeah, apart from Jifa Gomashimuna, they no. Mark is one person. I mean, Obekasa, he's one of us. He's been a pundit, music producer, artist manager, radio stations manager, DJ. He's been everything. And so personally, I think today is one of the days radio presenters near all year in we should hit our chest proud, say at least one of us has migrated. But to me, I picture to this level, from the ordinary, from the street level, rising to become, from the street to become a deputy minister, which for me is an achievement. It's a big plus. Say the uncle who you doing, say uncle for crown was here to radio so kasa bim confused as you a good in the as yanko school that as I said you. What I say, been a necro and Kwasi and Pabua acquire 250 pesos. Just a year anywhere. Into say when Yankupo Adam sa na unyami peja into this rubber nay, Yemuni Pabako at me a peja, I could do some pencil for me. Me who say Unyankopon widing, why yebi. And I believe to say, Nyansa, Unyankopon so dear don't mark. A Juman will best be a won't be a Namima Kabium say. He's one person who will not afford to mess up.
Okay.
The entire Americans say, "Ola,
okay, now I have memory.
Yeah. The entire Americans say, MPP manifesto I draft to on the creative aspect no. Okay, Kumante, we can one more far pen paper. One more far pen paper a draft no. Yan for down we nkosi sakumono. Yan for theater we nkosi chokoman probi. Manko Kumante no can be. It is a na Yankopon ya dom. I'm an simple because of our non-reputation, Obe make sure say he will become successful and well supported Dr. Awal and my ministry in Abeyo Krabeshe.
Doc, may I say, I was for need peace 104.3. And then no, I was say, yeah, ending one. I'm say commentary view or say, I say sports for Edibabe Twa. So, yeah, then we need to say, Mwamti, because here is me that say now, Kofi Asamoah, the team man, and Shiranka, Obinati. Yamisha and a tilling so a coffee hagging too much Yamisha Samike ne Salamat and the producer show no and a near square or social media. I wish for Yedbesia na Yakwakofa commentary. It's important to me, Kavima. Next time, about mini